Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion and this here is Cake Batter Chapstick. It is not, oh my goodness, this is Sugar Cookie Chapstick. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation because of things like that. Like you would think I can read and it says it on here and I said it wrong. But the crazy is just enjoying your channel and enjoying the channels that you watch. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or to even use a certain technique. Use whatever you want to get your makeup on the way that you're satisfied with it. I do use foul language on my channel sometimes because I use foul language in real life sometimes. And I forgot the other part of my intro, which is this channel is about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but not feeling like you have to. So that is that. I am feeling rushed because I am rushing myself. This is a request video from Sarah. Hey girl, Princess Sarah. I adore her. We have quite a chit-chat time off of YouTube. And I do really enjoy that. And she's been here with me for a while on YouTube, which is really cool. And when I did the gel liners and paint pots, which are shadow bases, when I did the swatches, she had requested that. And I did have on my list to do the shadow bases, the paint pots and liners as bases, just so you all can see the difference in color. And I have a few videos when I did, I think, just the black paint pot and just compared how that one shade looked with the base and without a base. And I didn't realize that the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale was coming up so quick, which is in 2 days. And so I'm rushing to get this out because she particularly had wanted to see how MAC Paint Pot and Bougie looked as a shadow base. And it is a dual chrome. And these are formulated to be cream shadows, but you can also use them for shadow bases. And the fluid lines are created to be eyeliners, but they can also be used as shadow bases. And so when I initially tried the paint pots as a shadow base, I had a hard time blending it out. And of course I used the black one, which is Black Mirror. It dries down, it's creamy, but it dries down so friggin' quick. I was having trouble like blending the transition area. And my friend Brenna, hey girl, hey! We're friends in real life too, actually, me and Brenna. She said that she still primes her eyes first and then puts on the paint pot as a shadow base. And so that's why I primed my eye. And that was with my soon-to-be empty Fenty primer. So what we're going to do Bougie first. And Sarah wants to do a smoky look. So we're going to use a shade from the Ayana palette from Natasha Denona. And we're going to use this shade here, which it's called Glam Green. That doesn't look green to me, and I forget what it looked like when I used it. So we're going to put this over Bougie because this does seem to have a dual chrome aspect to it too, and it'll give us that smoky look that we're going for. And so we're going to do that first on the lid. We're going to do one lid with just Bougie as the base. Because I'm trying to think. If we do Bougie just as the shadow, and then Bougie as a base and put this over top of it, I also want you to see what this looks like on its own. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. But anyway, on my face so far only the Fenty primer and foundation. I did not set it, so my under eye will probably crease. I don't have on any concealer, any powder, or anything. And that's a serious red patch. And now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it, and you probably didn't notice it before. So, prime the lid. So we're going to, how do I want to do this? Because I want you to see the shade by itself, and I want you to see it over Bougie. So we're going to take this brush. This is a dense, it says crease brush, but I do sometimes use this for blending out my eye primer. So just a dense brush. It doesn't necessarily have to be angled, but I prefer dense brushes for cream stuff. So we're going to tap in, and that is what that looks like. I need to tilt my mirror down here. And thank you, Sarah, for this request. I watched my video today when I did the butterfly black eye look, and I sounded so whiny, like somebody please help me because Dawn was making so many requests. I was cracking up watching that video. Like, I am just like out of control. And I did have this request from Sarah written down, but as I said, I didn't realize the sale was coming up so quick. And so I wanted her to see this before the sale, which is on the 12th. Today is the 10th. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, let me get this out. So this is pretty, and this could be your look. If you wanted to put on liner and mascara, this could be your look. And it actually blended out really easily. And so I think the key also is using like just enough, but how do you know what just enough is to where you can place it and blend it and then not look patchy. When I used the black, it was just challenging. But this, she is pretty. And take a pencil brush and just run a little under here. This can be your entire look. Oh, I like that. So what we're going to do for this eye, shoot, I'm going to just do the outer half because I want you to see the comparison. Look at that. The challenge here is blending but still leaving space just to put the shadow here so you can see it on its own next to it over the base, because this side it'll just be completely over the entire base. I hope this is making sense. It's probably not. Look at that. I like this. Thank you, Sarah, for this request, because it was on my list, as I said, to do this. And it was just like, when am I going to do it? And I did want to do all of them on my eyes, but I'm like, that would be a lot of videos. And so I said, you know what? I'll just put Bougie on the lid and do the rest of them on my face. This, I'm liking this. This could be an easy look all by itself. So we're going to put that brush down and we are going to take a shader brush, any old shader. Actually, I'm going to use an hourglass brush because this is dense too. And we're going to go into this shade, Glam Green, which to me, that doesn't look green. I remember saying before, and I am tapping off, that I do really believe I have issues with color perception. And I think that's why the color wheel and color theory doesn't work for me. Because sometimes a black shade will look like it's a deep green. And so if my mind, well, I should say my brain, if my brain is processing colors different than how other people see them, the color wheel and color theory still isn't going to work because I'm seeing something different. So this is over the base. And I am still tapping off. I'm wondering if this is going to make a difference. I think it's looking a little bit deep. I think I'm seeing the shifts of Bougie shining through. If I am, that is cool. That is so friggin' cool. So this is Bougie with Glam Green on the top. I'm going to cover up over here because I want to make sure I'm covering up Bougie. Am I still seeing the shifts? I think I am still seeing the shifts of Bougie underneath. So remember, Bougie is only from here this way. This is just a shadow over the primer. But I'm thinking I'm still seeing that shift. That is awesome. So we're going to just take this all over here because this whole entire lid has Bougie on it. Sarah, thank you. I done found out something new sooner than I had planned to. I am digging this and how easy it was to blend Bougie out. And the key with the paint pots for me, one eye at a time. Like, don't put it on and then put it on the other one, then go back and blend it, because it wasn't blending for me. I was struggling. And so I don't know if it's because I put primer on underneath or if I just did one eye at a time. Put it on, blend it, then put on and blend the other eye. I really do believe I'm seeing the shifts of Bougie under that shadow. And if you wanted to, take a black or a deep brown, put on the outer corner. Let's see if we can do that. Well, not see if we can, because we can, right? We can do what we want to do here. We're going to take this brush here and we're going to go into this shade, which it just says crease. What the hell? Or does that say lash line? I don't know. But we're going to just dip into this shade and we're going to put that over here. And we are tapping off. I am so excited. So yes, the lab coat, because this is an experiment. And now I'm wishing I would have done my brows because this is turning out to be almost a complete look. This is nice. And this is a dark shade. I believe that paint pot is still shining through. Let me come further out because I'm seeing that gray, green, or whatever over here. And I am still tapping off. So let's just blow this out. Let's just take this out here. Is that the shadow or a mark on my face? I think that's a mark on my face. I don't know. Probably not. So this is that. I am digging this. This is a look, y'all. I'm not going to do this on the other side because just from here to here is Bougie again, and from here to here is just a shadow. But it does seem to amp it up. This I'm really loving how I can still see the shifts in Bougie beneath that shadow. And I don't know if it's because this is a metallic or because this has a funky shift to it or not, but y'all, and we're going to take, because we're doing all the things, where is my eyeliner? All right, you know what, we're going to skip, oh, here it is, it fell. I have like stuff just, you know, when I moved all of my gel liners and potted liners, it made my mascaras like lay flat in the container, and that's why I didn't see the liner, because usually they stand up because they're in the corner of the container next to all the potted stuff. This is a look. This is a look right here, and I am feeling it. I don't know if I'm feeling the liner. I am digging it. There you go, Sarah. You got your smoky look. Dual chrome, multi-chrome-ish, whatever chrome, whatever issues. I'm digging it, and I am seeing the different colors over here. Ooh, we done learned something today. Okay, so we have that there, so let me calm down. And we're going to take, let me see what else we got. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, this is Laying Low, which I said I need to use as a base. And we're just going to see. So we're going to put Laying Low here. I'm going to do that again. And then we're going to, I need to close that all. You know what? Let me just not. When I put them down, I just put them face down into the cap. And this is Contemplative State. And I always say contemplative. This is Contemplative State. Huh, where is she? On my eyelids, though, this is super mustardy. Like, seriously. And it was challenging to cover it up with the eyeshadow I was using that day. This is Cultura from Melt. That's what that looks like. This one is Okay Boomer from Melt. That looks really dug in. And so we're going to put this over here. Y'all, look at this. Oh, should have did these on my forehead. Like, I don't know why sometimes I do, and then other times I act like I don't know what I'm doing. You know why? Because usually I do feel like I don't know what I'm doing, even though I do, but in my mind, stuff just sometimes turns out different. And so that's what makes me feel unsure. This is Black Mirror Max Paint Pot. And this is Macro Violet. Make sure I use the right side. I keep thinking this is deeper than it is because it looks deeper. We're going to also take Midnight Snack, which is a gray. Sorry about that. And we're just going to do this one up here. I hope I remember what's where. But I will, because all the colors are distinctly different, which is one thing that I love. Did I do this one? Yeah, Macro Violet. Which is one thing I love about my potted liner collection. And this one is Dipped Down, which is a brown. And we're going to just put that there. So that's all the liners. Except, no, shoot. We have these two. Do we want to do, we're not going to do these two. Because I think you'll get an idea of what the color will look like. And we're going to use that same shade just to see what it looks like over the different bases. So do we want to do the other two? Damn it. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do the other two. Because I don't know. Let me just, all right. This is Slate. See what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And that is pretty. I like how when it blends out, look at that. So it's true to color, but you can blend this out. I really did want to do all of these on my lid because I wanted to see like what it was going to look like. Because that can be a look too. Put it on and then shear it out. And it does remind me, I think I said it before, this is Fortune of a shade from the Natasha Denona. And the same with this one, how it blends out. The Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Okay. As of right now, we're going to use the same brush because we're going to tap it on. And so actually what we're going to do first is we're going to take that same shade and we're going to place it, for here we're going to place it below because you'll get to see the shade and then you'll see what it looks like on top of the gel liner. I need a smaller brush. Yeah, so we're putting this on. I need a smaller brush for here. Because some of the areas I didn't leave a lot of room. But we can definitely, I am so janky. So we're gonna put that brush down. No, you know what? Because I'm gonna still use that to tap over. This is a little bit slimmer. Is that gonna fit in there? Shoot. All right, we're gonna take this brush, same shadow. I'm gonna put that in between. So that's gonna be there. And this is really close. Right there. I should have used a pencil brush. I'm so awkward. Yo, I make myself laugh. I'm just like, girl. Here's a question. If you do videos, do you watch your videos? I watch mine because I learn from them. I watch it from an objective point of view. Like it's not me. Like I watch it not like, oh wow, let me see how great I did. I watch it like it's somebody else, which may sound weird. All right, so here we go. We're going to take that same brush and we're going to take this now. and put this over this shade. It did make it a little deeper. I do recommend the paint pots, especially on sale, like $12 and something cents, and they last a long time. They don't have a period after opening date container on the back, and for cosmetics that last longer than, or should last longer than 36 months, they don't have to. So that tells you how long MAC stuff lasts, and even though it's a gel, it does last long. So that kind of looks the same. I believe this was the purple one. Do I have purple on my face? Midnight, I don't know. But it's kind of looking a little deeper, but the same. And so we're going to put this on top of, I do remember this was laying low. And the idea sometimes is to put a corresponding shade over top of the gel liner to enhance the color of that shadow. So this may not be helpful if it's all going to look the same. But this is over base, not base, over base, not base, over base, not base, over base, not base. And so it's looking like it's just making it a little deeper. And so for this one, you would maybe put like an orange shadow over top of it, or a light based dual chrome with an orange shift over top of it. So I don't even know if this is helpful because it's all kind of blending in together. But that's the idea, and that's why I paired Bougie with this shade, because they were similar shades and they both had a little shift to it. And so some look a little lighter, some a little bit deeper, but for the most part the same, except for up here, and that's where laying low was. That really pale one. So that kind of helps me out because I was wondering about that. So this is melt down here. Melt down here. Sounds like your ice cream is melting and it fell down here. So that didn't change it much. I think this would be good for, as I said, put a corresponding shade over it, but with the darker bases, I would say use a multi-chrome or dual chrome that has that shift in it. I don't prefer the lighter based dual chromes and multi-chromes, but if it says gray base with blue to turquoise to green shifts, I think the base would really bring that out. And so again, this is this shade by itself over the blue, by itself over the green. So it does enhance it, but it still kind of stays true to what it is. Like even here over the base, the shifts are still there, definitely. This is beautiful. And even on its own, this right here, you can still see it and it's there, but this is more vibrant, is more enhanced, if that makes sense. And I forget, was this OK Boomer? The silver one? And so that just made it brighter. And then over the black, I should have used a smaller brush for this. Yo, I am just out of control. And so over the black, this shade doesn't seem to... I should have put it further in this way because I can't really see. This did make it deeper. Like if you had the black gel liner all over your lid, well, just up to this point, blend it out and then put this on the lid, I think that would be really nice too. So we have one more, and this is over the brown. Dip down is a brown. And so that just made it deeper. So if you wanted to stay bright, this was OK Boomer, I believe, the bright silver one. This is laying low, which was like a light peachy shade. The rest of them were kind of the same. Over the blue, you still see it. It just made the blue look shiny. gave it a different hue, but not really. Over the black, it deepened it. Over the brown, it did take on a different shade, which is interesting. So it depends on what you want. These two up here really didn't, it made it just a little bit deeper, but not a whole lot. And I like that you can still see the base under it because of how I did it. If this was on your lid, I would have blended out the base, but just to see the difference between where it is and where it's not will help you see where the color is. And so that is this video. I hope that this was helpful. I kind of want to do this again, and for the green one, for Fortune, to use a light based dual chrome, and the same with the blue, just to see if it will enhance the shifts. I did notice when I used the MAC Paint Pot and Black Mirror before, it did enhance the color, and I will put that video, I think it comes up over here, in an iCard when I did black base and then shadow and then just a shadow. It did make a difference. And so I think a dark base, a black or a brown, I think will enhance the color more. But again, if you're using a light base dual chrome or multi-chrome, if you compare it with a base that has the undertone of that shadow, I think that would really enhance it. I'm just closing up all of these jars. I do really think Bougie with this shade really enhanced it, and I really love, and I know I keep saying it, but I seriously do, I love how you can still see the shifts of Bougie. Where is it? Because I got a lot of stuff right here. Bougie. I really still like how you can see the shifts in here. Like, you see this? And I really liked it on its own too. Let me do that again, because this is really pretty. And part of me wants to get backups of these, but because they last for years, I don't need it. I don't even know when I'll ever use it all up to need another one. And they don't dry out quickly. Just keep the lid on tight. So this is Bougie by itself. This is gorgeous. Look at that. This is really nice. Thank you so much, Sarah. Because for a quick, easy day, you can just put this on. Or I can just put this on and go out the door. I do not experience any creasing using paint pots as shadow bases. The shadows last until you take them off. And I do use Neutrogena makeup remover wipe, and I put my cellular water on it, and then I wring out the excess, and that's what I use to remove my makeup, and it removes it fine. There's no tugging, there's no pulling. This is really pretty. So I hope this is what you wanted, Sarah. I know you were talking about a smoky eye, and I think this is it. You know what I'm gonna do? Because we're doing a bunch of stuff. We're gonna take Bougie. I am just really excited, and this brush is probably too big for this. So we're just going to swirl just a little bit. That is just really a tiny bit. And we're going to put that on our lower lash line. And the thing with this too is when you first put it, it's like, is it there? Like even here, it's like, okay, where is it? So it's kind of there, not there because of the shifts in it, but it is just really, this is a really pretty shade. And even though I like dark or bright, bold either way, this really isn't bold. And it's not necessarily bright. Like this right here, this looks bright. Yes, this right here, like it's the dark that I like. So what am I trying to say? To me, this is a perfect mix. Because sometimes it's bright and then sometimes it's dark. And on your lower lash line, like it doesn't look like it's much there. But then when you turn, you see that? And then you turn this way and then you see this tone. And that's what I like about this shade. And so you see how, yeah, so it may not look like much at first. And I'm just doing this to blend it because once it's dry, it ain't moving. So you got to blend it right away. But I am really digging this. Some mascara, put something on lower waterline if you want to. And I have not used any of the gel liners on my lower lash line. And I'm hesitant to do that because I don't know if it would make that area feel dry. But just using it, I think this is my first time even doing that. But so far it feels okay. But this, I'm digging it. I'm going to go and babble, and this video is long enough, and I was going to say edit it, but I don't think I'm going to edit much. And then set it for upload, which might take like 4 to 6 hours. Average 4 hours, and it's my internet speed. So anyway, thank you for being here. Excuse me. Yep, I'm leaving that in too. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Sarah, for this request. And I do hope this is helpful. I am loving this. This is something I would actually do. And it definitely is more vibrant than just the shadow by itself. And those shifts that are in Bougie. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you all for watching. Let me know if this was helpful to you, and even me talking about using a corresponding shadow base with a corresponding dual chrome shift base in that shadow to help bring that out, and then seeing the differences between the black and the brown. And then if you have bright blue or green, a bright silver, a peachy tone, and these just kind of but then the purple and whatever else was up here. Yeah, so thank you. I just look so weird. I look like an alien because I got like a third eye. And it's looking at you in different colors. I'm going to go. I'm tripping. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Let me know if you use gel liners and even just eyeliners, because the fluid lines are eyeliners. If you use those as shadow bases, if you use cream shadows as shadow bases. A less expensive alternative would be the e.l.f. No Budge cream shadows, but they dried up on me like super quick. The period after opening they're good for says 3 months, and it was dry within like 6 weeks. It was unusable. Anyway, let me know what you think. I do hope that this was helpful. Bougie for a reason. This is really pretty. I'm going to go. Seriously, this time I'm babbling. I'm just sitting here admiring my face paint here. You will see me in the next video. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. You will see me soon.